Good morning, everybody. I was gonna vlog earlier this morning, but I woke up to Aunt Flo arriving. So I have been pretty much non-functioning since I woke up. I ended up sitting in the bath. I didn't get my waist up wet or anything, or my hair, but I sat waist down in pretty hot water. Heat is the only thing that really seems to help me when I'm cramping like this. I've always been a person that gets super bad cramps. For a while, when I was on my birth control that I'm on now, the Heather norethindrone, if any other girlies out there have ever taken it, it used to take away my cramps pretty much all the way. I would have no cramping. I would still have a monthly, but just no cramping. And then when I got on my mood stabilizer, the Lamictal or the lamotrigine, you guys have heard me talk about that before, I ended up getting my cramps back because it decreases the effectiveness of the birth control. That being said, I would get on a different birth control just due to the fact for safety and protection purposes. If you're an adult, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm the type, I already take so many medications that have fucked with me so much. I've fucked with my body hardcore trying to find the right regimen, and I'm just now getting it sorted out. I'm the type that doesn't like to switch because of that. Why fuck with my body more than I have to if the birth control hasn't really had any bad side effects for me, other than now the effectiveness is not as high. Anyway, I've been suffering this morning. When I got out of the bath, it wasn't really helping. I'm just sitting here with my heating pad. I got this one at Walgreens. I want to get a bigger one, like a heating blanket kind of thing. Those are expensive. So for now, I'm just using what I have. I went to take my nightly pills last night and they were empty. So Beebs got my dose for the night last night just out of the bottle. But I did refill these shortly after. Now I have morning and night dose. It's also very shitty weather, so I do need to mist the reptiles this morning. Come in here. I've already turned the lights on. So Noodle does still need to be fed. Same with Grogu, but I just haven't really been filling up too much recently. You guys know that. So yeah, hopefully I can get that done today at some point. Okay, I got out my spray bottle to realize that it is empty. So I'm gonna grab the Reptisafe and go to the kitchen and refill it. This is what Reptisafe looks like for those of you that have never seen it, or maybe you don't own reptiles or you're new with reptiles. This is just a water conditioner. I use the Zoomid brand, so I will actually demonstrate how little Reptisafe you need. So I have the Reptisafe here, you guys saw, and it just opens like that. Super convenient. It really helps to not get too much. And I literally and that is literally all I use. Shut this before I sit back down. Hello, bays. Love these two. I'm going to open these blinds. I've mentioned before that I like to let the reptiles have natural light during the day. Let's get to misting. Alright, we're going to start with Grogu Man. He is perched today. You guys will notice as you watch me mist, I mist Grogu pretty thoroughly. I make sure literally every part of his enclosure is wet. I mentioned before that you're not supposed to mist them directly, so I try to avoid him, his body, when I mist, but I don't mist as thoroughly. As you can see, I just mist to where the soil is damp, and then I mist inside of that hide. That is his humid hide. I've mentioned before that for Grogu, I use this. It's the Pangea Gecko Diet with papaya. This is just what my sister uses. When I took Grogu from her when she was getting rid of him, she had this extra bag and just gave it to me. So I think now we're not only going to make Mr. Man's food, but we're also going to make Noodle some food. You guys saw in the the video where I went over the reptile box, that I keep all of my little stuff in this bad box set. Matches my shirt. Alright, so typically I just use a chopstick. I use the same one every time to mix Grogu's food. So now I'm going to grab the gecko cup, I should say. I'm also going to take Noodle's feeding jar, and it just looks like this. An old wheat jar that my sister gave me. So yeah, I only use this for Noodle. Mr. Man is actually right there, so I don't know how I'm going to manage getting his cup, but I'm going to try my best. I actually just used my tongs that I feed Noodle with. They have been washed, don't worry, to grab Grogu's cup. Alright, I got all of my supplies. I got my tongs, Grogu's cup. I just reused the same one for a while. I do need to get more. His mixing chopstick, Grogu's food, and Noodle's food jar. But like I said, I'm going to do Mr. Grogu before Noodle. Okay, I've got Grogu's food cup cleaned out. You're going to need your mister with Reptisafe, your Pangea Gecko Diet, or whatever gecko diet you use. And I do have a measuring spoon already in here, so I'm just going to use that. I start with, this is 1/4 teaspoon. I've come to realize that he doesn't really eat a whole lot, so I'm going to do about 2 of these. What I usually do is just spray gently so the food doesn't go everywhere. And I just eyeball it, kind of mix and get the right consistency as I go. So his food is done. It should be applesauce consistency. So I just, like I said, eyeball it, add water until it's looking something like that. Okay, now we're gonna open this back up and place his fresh food right there. Say hello to Mr. Man. I mentioned before that you don't need Reptisafe with water for Noodle's food. His food for me doesn't actually touch the water. And obviously we can put his food and his mixing utensil back in the reptile box. Okay, we're going back out to the kitchen to prep Mr. Noodle's food. Okay, now I'm just going to take my cleaner. Obviously, the packaging of the mouse, the box, the food jar, the wrapper, all of that has touched the counter. Spray everywhere that it touched. And I will also wipe down my phone with a Clorox wipe. Now we can let that sit. I'm going to quickly just move this and kind of wipe down the area it was sitting, and then just let it sit on top of the rag. The timer set like you guys saw, and you can basically just walk away until that timer goes off. So we're gonna do that. Before I do anything, I'm gonna wash my hands. You guys saw that I used the scissors to cut open the mouse packaging. Just because of that, obviously I'm not gonna throw them in the dishwasher and have the germs and bacteria swirl around with the rest of our dishes, so I always hand wash them first, put them in the sink, and then they can go into the dishwasher. Actually, while I'm out here, I'm gonna take some Tylenol. I'm just gonna shut this until I'm ready to feed that guy. And I also need to switch the laundry. Beebs and I washed the sheets. Well, he started them this morning when he left for work. So they're done in the washer, and I just have to throw them in the dryer. For now, like I said, I need to take some Tylenol. You guys know I use the arthritis pain relief, extra strength. This is the extended release. I'm gonna take this. So another thing that I can mention, I had an extra like journal notebook type of thing that I got from Five Below. You guys know I've been journaling in the current one. I I got this at Spirit Halloween. I've been journaling in this one, but I did have an extra one, and I decided I didn't want to use it for necessarily a journal. It looks like this, and I titled it Letters to Heaven. I find it very therapeutic to write letters to my mom. That might sound really fucking weird, and you're probably like, what the fuck? But it helps me to write what I want to say to her, because I might sound crazy, but I know she reads every word. So I wrote 3 pages that time. This is the last page. That was on February 23rd. I wrote another one on February 22nd. And then I wrote another one. I didn't date this one. I don't remember what date it was on. Another 3-page one. And then last night I actually started one. I never ended up finishing it. But yeah, it's just been therapeutic for me to write to her. Just if that's the only way that I can quote unquote talk to her, I will do it any day. I do spend a lot of time writing to her each day. If I have feelings that I want to talk about, I write as if I'm having a conversation with her. So that's been really nice. And if you're missing a loved one, I recommend. All right, it is time to switch the laundry. This is a giant fire hazard. So helpful tip, clean out your lint filter. We get like a disgusting amount of lint every single time. Just gonna place this back in there. Have everything from the washer into the dryer, and then it's ready to start. I have been using these Great Value tumble dryer sheets. We actually got these when I used to smoke weed. If you're a smoker, you know why. Transfer all of this to there. I have absolutely been loving these Gain Flings. I know these are expensive, but I will be getting these from now on. Phoebe's just likes the Tide laundry detergent, like the liquid form, but I like these, and they're really satisfying to feel and hold.
But I know that they can melt, so just throw that in there.
I mentioned before, for every load I use laundry sanitizer as well. Period underwear, love that.
It's fucking natural. Like, if you're grossed out, you're fucking living in delusion.
Now I feel better knowing that the laundry is being taken care of. We're gonna go check how much time is on Noodle's timer. We're warming up, and there's 24 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna open these blinds. Okay, I'm pretty much done with the productive stuff that I have to do, at least for right now. I did move last night. This is random. I took this out of the gray drawers that I showed you in a previous vlog that I moved in here. They were in the bathroom. Took this little container. This was actually crazy. I put like all of my pens that I use every day and a couple Sharpies. You guys know I write a lot, so all of those are in there, as well as my earbuds that I use every night, and my Aquaphor that I've been using for my lips. And that fits perfectly behind my outlets on my nightstand. Here, I'll show you. See? Love that. And I have a surplus of Aquaphor. Of course, after we bought the new one, I found the old one. So, it's just how my life goes. So, I mentioned last time I was on my period that BioFreeze really helps. This is the gel roll-on. You can get it in just like a squeeze tube, like an Aquaphor packaging situation. But this is a roll-on. I'm gonna just, as you can see, I have a heat rash from my heating pad. I try not to do that, but sometimes
I'm so desperate for relief that it happens.
I'm not gonna show you, but I'm actually gonna take my pants off and put it down my legs as well. I've said before that my cramps go down to my knees, but I'm actually gonna grab shorts, like spandex shorts. Actually, most times when I'm on my period, like when I'm actually menstruating, I will wear spandex shorts like this underneath whatever pants I'm wearing, just for a double layer of protection. So this is what they look like, just typical spandex shorts. And that is over with. Now I'm going to apply this. My tattoo is healed, so I can just apply it. If you don't shave it, it doesn't come out. So. And another helpful tip, if you put too much on, it will literally burn your skin. Also, another good purpose for spandex shorts like this when you're on your monthly is, like, especially with leggings, at least for me, I don't want anybody seeing the protection line in the back, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't wear tampons. They're just, it's not the vibe. So pads it is, and I don't want people seeing. So yeah, these are nice to make sure nobody is seeing underneath stuff that they shouldn't see. I will do this laundry at some point, but not right now. Okay, I'm gonna try to clean the kitchen a little bit. Beebs loaded the dishwasher last night, so I'll throw the excess of dishes that are now in the sink in there and then probably start it. I keep all of my fast food sauces. Last night we had Arby's, so all of these are gonna go in the fridge. As you guys saw yesterday, I love milk, so I'm gonna get a glass of my version of
Crack.
We're gonna go with this pumpkin glass. They come with lids and straws, I'll show you. It has the stopper so the straw doesn't come out, and a nice cute lid. Okay, while I enjoy my milk, I'm probably gonna do some cleaning up in here. I have been slacking. You guys know I've been super depressed, unfortunately. If you're going through a bout of depression, mine's been pretty severe. I am with you 100%. It sucks. It's kind of scary, especially when your thoughts get dark, if you know what I mean. So if you're going through anything like that, I'm with you. I'm gonna put all of our mail in the junk drawer. I don't want to deal with it right now. Like, I'm slacking to the point where I left my lip gloss on the kitchen counter. Beebs uses these blender bottles, or like the oats overnight bottles, like that one, for his oats overnight. So those just go in there. Sticky notes. We are slowly working our way through. This is literally the last thing I want to do right now, if I'm being honest, because of my cramps. But like I mentioned, I've been slacking hardcore, so. I'm not gonna put anything that I'm eating or drinking near the jar of noodles food or the tongs, just because, like I said last time I showed you guys the process, you can get very fucking sick. But yeah, that's just gonna sit there. I'm not gonna move it, and I'm just gonna wipe the counters around it, and then I will wipe that space once we have everything put away. Actually moved everything. As you can see, I did some reorganizing and wiped underneath and like back in the corners. It was getting gross. Needed to happen. So today I'm just going to wipe around everything else. We need to organize this at some point, but don't judge me for now. I'm just gonna, good enough. It never happened. I move all of our shit that's on the stove either on top of the air fryer or on top of the stove itself, just so I can wipe the surface without getting cleaner on that, especially. This we just rinse off with hot water. Okay, I got all of the crumbs and things off of the countertops. And now the fun part. Dirty yet another wash rag, unfortunately. We go through like 15 of these in a week. I do spray the stovetop, like while I'm doing.
I missed a spot.
I spray the stovetop prematurely while I'm doing this area, so when I work my way around, it's been soaking and it'll get all the gunk and built up dried food off.
Jesus.
In whatever.
Kobe.
Not a cleaning video, so I'm gonna do these dishes time lapse I'm just gonna wait to put these away until I have the proper lid. We are done loading the dishwasher. I sprayed out the sink. That being said, I never dump Noodles mouse water down the sink just because we do put our dishes in there. I'm gonna dump this water down the bathroom sink. We're gonna take care of this and then we will take it in there to feed him. Always use tongs. I will spray down the bathroom counter and sink when I'm done, but I'm not done touching snake mice stuff, so we're gonna do this first and then I'll wash my hands, wipe down my phone case, and clean the bathroom counter.
It's a slithery little snacky snake.
Okay, I'm gonna grab his food real quick. The snaky took the food. Good job, Noodle. Okay, I leave him alone so he can eat. And then I'm going to do what I said while this man eats. Okay, let's wash the counter. I can't touch my face. And then we will wash our hands and wipe down my phone. Yeah, I do this with cleaner just to be on the safe side. So yeah. This is a pain in the ass because I have to wipe down everything that I touch when I feed Noodle. So now I'm gonna wash my hands with hot water. Before I touch my phone, since my hands are clean, I'm gonna grab a Clorox wipe. Of course, there's none in here. Hopefully I don't stop the video on accident, but I'm going to just quickly wipe down. My phone is wiped down, now I have to wash my hands again. Okay, Noodle would eat literally like twice a week if I let him, but the mice are kind of expensive, so I only feed him once a week.
Don't worry, I'm not starving my snake.
But everything is wiped down that needs to be wiped down, and I don't have to worry about us touching anything and then touching our face and getting sick. I'm gonna do more journaling, but I am sweating after that, so I'm probably gonna put my hair up in a claw clip. Sometimes it works out better than others. My fucking tum-tum. Ow. I did open the window just so I can get some daylight. I'm clean. Like, I took 3 baths yesterday, no joke, just because I am depressed and I wanted to relax. So I'm clean, but my monthly just makes me feel kind of you know? So, can never hurt. It's 1,000 wishes, by the way. Another love note from Beebs. You guys saw I added that one yesterday, and that was today's. Okay, it's 11:42. I don't know if there's much else that I can vlog about. I do need to take Indy out at least, so I'm gonna do that. I don't really want to because I'm in pain. I don't really want to deal with the dogs, but okay, I guess I'm gonna take these dogs out. I'm gonna leave Indy in her kennel just because I don't want to watch her. I really don't. I'm in pain. But before I go lay down, I'm gonna refill their water. And I'm just gonna do this in the kitchen sink. I think that's about it for this video. I am in pain. I'm because of these cramps. I'm in like sloth mode. You guys are seeing the edited version, so it's probably shorter, but right now I have 46 minutes of footage. So I'm gonna end it here. I don't want it to be like overly long. Talk to you guys probably tomorrow if I feel up to it. If not, I will see you another day. Like I always say, don't forget to always express what you're thankful for. Drink your water, take your meds, and if your posture's bad, fix it. And until next time, I will be glued to this heating pad.